When a kid comes to Thompson and you read the file and you read the paperwork and you read what they've been through, you stop and you say a prayer and say, thank God they're with us, because I know they're going to be safe. So often these kids have just had negative language toward themselves and from other people, and that's all they have heard is, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong, and you're doing that wrong, and you worry about them. And so I worried about Dewayne.
Between age 4 and up to age 11, Dewayne experienced a lot of trauma. And so as a result, he didn't really trust a lot of folks.
Dewayne was an interesting kid. A very angry kid. Probably one of the most angriest kids I've ever seen in my life. Dewayne would express his anger by lashing out at peers, at staff. I was worried if he didn't control that anger, it was going to get him in trouble. And it was not going to be a good road for him.
When I first came to Thompson's, around that time, that was when I was the most angry. That's when it was just like, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was so close to getting involved with gangs and stuff like that because I was so mad. I was like, I just want to release my anger. I actually really didn't know what it was I was angry about. I was just angry all the time for I don't know what reason. And I remember just one day, I just let everything go. We had a meeting and I just let everything go. As I told them everything, how I was feeling. I cried a little bit, everything, I just let everything out. And after that, it was just like, I was never able to just be angry anymore. So I had got everything out, I accepted everything. I kind of got past everything and just changed into a different person. It was more than just forgetting what happened. It was actually accepting that it happened and letting it go. And when that happened, it was just like I was ready to take the next step. Thompson's helped me find different ways to release my anger. Sports was one of the big things, and that's where I actually started first picking up basketball. I started playing, and whenever I was mad or I was going through something, I got on the basketball court, it was just like everything changed. So I guess that was something that introduced me to an outlet, I guess. And at Thompson's, I was able to just be a kid, just be a normal kid.
Dewayne and I's relationship actually improved the day he entered foster care. And I always told Dewayne that if, anything that he needed, let me know. If he ever felt unsafe, always let me know. And I think that's where our relationship began to grow and flourish.
Mrs. Cedric is probably, if not the biggest influence, one of the biggest influences in my life, because he never gave up on me. That's one thing. And I know a lot of people were just like, you're just not gonna change, you know what I mean? And he never gave up, and he always just made me believe I could be bigger than what I was. So it helped me so much, because now I just feel like I can do anything.
I was so proud that, he was a Thompson child, and just honored to have been a part of his life throughout the many years that I've known him.
I'm thankful for him. I'm thankful for everything he's done. He's probably been the biggest supporter that I've had, and he just enjoys what he does, and he enjoys helping people. And that's one thing I've always needed. It's like, he's almost like a father figure to me, so it's something I always really needed, and he's been there to support me and help me with things. So if I had to say anything, it would be thank you.
Wherever you go after Thompson, I want you to remember that you are part of a family. And when you leave, you're still part of that family.
If I didn't have Thompson's, honestly, I don't know where I'd be. You can never go here and not feel loved or feel supported. So I think that's probably the biggest thing that Thompson's provides is support. It doesn't matter who you are, if you're an adult, if you're a kid, anybody and everybody needs support. And I think being with Thompson's gives you that support that you need.
I have seen all I care to see.
I always knew I never wanted to be one of the statistics that people talked about, and Thompson's helped me realize that. And I told myself that even though a lot of people in my family graduate, I was going to graduate and I was going to go to college. That was my biggest thing, and I said I was going to do it, and now I'm accomplishing that, and that's what I'm most proud of, that I was able to do what I said I was going to do.
I wanna go home. I wanna go home.
Sometimes being in ministry with these kids is tough. It's tough to hear what they've been through, and it's tough to see them go through so much pain. You care about them. You know, you really do. These are my kids, and I want to see them do well.
To me, this is more than just a job. It's a ministry. You take it home with you at times. You wake up to it at times. But when I enter these doors, I know I have a job to do. I have a mission to accomplish. I have a child to help and a family to help. And so it's more than just a job.
That's why I'm going on home. I'm going home.
All that work and all that effort and all the difficult times were worth it, and it made a difference, and that's a good feeling.
Once you heal, it's a beautiful thing, a beautiful sight, beautiful feeling. So that's what drives me, is the healing, helping our kids heal from their hurt, because I know we will establish a lifelong connection that, you know, one day when he grows older and he has children, we can look back over these days and say, wow, you know, it was difficult at first, but we got through it.
And I'm going back where I came